All right, today we are cracking the code on a part of Spanish that is going to completely change how you talk about your day. We're talking about reflexive verbs.
I mean, really think about it. From the second your alarm goes off to when you finally hit the pillow, so many things you do or actions you do to yourself. So how do you actually say, I wake up or I get dressed? Well, it's a little different than you might think, and that's exactly what we're going to master today.
Okay, to get our heads around this, we're going to start with a really simple but powerful idea. I want you to think of a reflexive verb as a selfie verb. Seriously. The action isn't pointed at someone else, it's pointed right back at you.
So what's the official story here? A reflexive verb is just when the subject, the person doing the action, is also the object, the person receiving it. The action starts with you, and it just boomerangs right back. I wash myself. You dress yourself.
Let's look at this visually. On the left, that's a normal action. Subject, action, object. It's a straight line. Simple. But on the right, that's our selfie action. The subject does the action, and whoop, it loops right back. There's no one else involved. And that little loop, that's the whole key.
So, keeping that selfie idea in mind, let's move on. We're going to see how this helps you build the vocabulary to talk about your entire day, from sunrise to sunset.
And here they are, the superstars of the daily routine. Now, do you notice how they all end in "se" when they're in this base form? That little "se" is our signal. It's a big flashing sign that tells you, hey, this is a reflexive verb. These are the building blocks you're going to use.
So how do we actually use them? Well, we need this little toolkit of special pronouns. And each pronoun here is a perfect match for a subject. If I'm doing the action, yo, I have to use me. If we're doing it, nosotros, we have to use nos. They have to match up every single time.
Okay, get ready, because this right here is the big aha moment. This is where the difference between a normal verb and a reflexive one is going to become crystal clear.
So, the whole thing boils down to this. Look on the left. Me lavo las manos. I am washing my own hands. The action comes back to me, so I need that me in there. But on the right, lavo el coche. I'm washing the car. The action is going out to something else, no me needed. It's the same base verb, lavar, but where the action goes changes everything.
All right, you've got the theory, you've seen the examples, now it's time to put it all into practice. Let's actually build a few sentences together step by step.
Here's our 4-step formula for success. First, you start with the full verb, like lavarse. Second, you just chop that "se" right off the end to get your root. Third, you stick the correct pronoun, the one that matches your subject, right before the verb. And finally, you conjugate that root verb just like you normally would. It's that simple.
Okay, first one's for you. The verb is despertarse, to wake up. The subject is yo. So, what's that missing piece in the sentence? I'll give you a second.
It's me. Of course it is. Because the subject is yo, the reflexive pronoun has to be me. They're a perfect pair. Yo me despierto. I wake myself up. See how that just clicks into place?
Let's try another one. The verb is ducharse, to shower. The subject is nosotros, which means we. So what pronoun do you think we need here?
You got it. It's nos. Nosotros nos duchamos. We shower ourselves. Again, the pronoun nos is the perfect partner for the subject nosotros. You're really getting the hang of this.
All right, one last challenge to lock it in. The verb is acostarse, to go to bed. The subject is ellos, meaning they. What's the final pronoun?
And the answer is se. Ellos se acuestan. They put themselves to bed. Perfect. Fantastic job. You've just successfully used 3 of the most common reflexive verbs in Spanish.
So, we've walked through the mechanics, the nuts and bolts. But let's just take a final minute to talk about why getting this right really matters for sounding more natural when you speak Spanish.
And here's the thing, these little pronouns can be incredibly powerful. They don't just clarify who's doing the action, sometimes they completely change what a verb means. For example, ir means to go. Voy a la tienda is I'm going to the store. But if you say me voy, that means I'm leaving. It's a totally different vibe and a really crucial difference.
So, now you have the tools. You understand the selfie verb, you've got the pronouns, and you know how to put it all together. The only question left is, how are you going to describe your day? Because from me despierto in the morning to me acuesto at night, you are now totally ready to tell your own story in Spanish.